All right, so last thing in my bag here is this guy right here. It's GPD Pocket. Now, my mom saw this guy. Sorry about my arm there. My mom saw this guy after I had introduced her to this. She's like, "Oh, that's neat. That's cool. I want one." She found one online, bought it. It was some person had it for a week or something, or a couple days, and found out, okay, the novelty's worn off. I don't want to sell it, as probably most people do. She had it for maybe a day, and she's like, okay, that's cool. All I do is open it up, turn it on, look at it, and then walk away. It was really cool, real novel, kind of like the Sony she had. She had a Sony with a Pentium M back in like 2004, 2005. She loved, but she used very little. So she had to return that one because that one was $2,000. This one was only a couple $100. This is the original GPD Pocket. Again, another old piece of tech that I'm getting I got this in 2018, early December, as an early Christmas present because my mom just didn't want to use it, and she just basically it was just novel to her. It's got a couple nicks and scratches. Those are all from me. See if I can, why is it not focusing? There you go. It's got a couple nicks and scratches here. There's a nick right here, unfortunately, but it gets used. It goes with me everywhere. It's in my pocket, literally in my pocket every day. I take this everywhere with me. It does all sorts of nifty little things. It's a full computer. Here are all the ports here. USB 3.0, headphone, mini or micro HDMI, charging / USB-C. Now, the great thing about this is, if in a pinch you need to use your computer, and let's say all you have is this cord, and you have your phone, and my phone uses a USB-C, I can plug this in to my phone, and my phone will charge this, not the other way around. It will charge this, so I can use my phone as a life support for this if I absolutely have to get something done that requires a full Windows PC. But there's no other ports, nothing, except for the hinge and the vent. Now, I have been using this thing for a couple months now, and it goes with me, and it complements my GS63. And before that, it was my GS60. It's a very neat computer. It's not fast by any means. It's not handy, not handy, actually. It's very handy, actually. The keyboard's not, you're not going to type a dissertation or anything like that on there. And you can see my phone mount, huh? You like that, don't you? Yeah, don't you? Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it works. That's what happens when you don't have a legit camera. Anyways, the keyboard is usable. You can use it like this. You can use it like this, as in like a thumb pad. And it actually works out. It's very slow, but it works out and it's comfortable. Or you can just do it traditional and just do the pecking. It takes a long time to get used to, but it works. And if you need to do basic stuff, basic IT functions, I've played Diablo 3 on this. I played Heroes of the Storm on this, and it plays both of those games pretty well at low settings. Which is all I'd ever want to do, as long as it's playable. So if you want to do a little bit of light gaming, you can. It's got a WXGA screen, but obviously you've got scaling because the screen is so small. The only downfall that I would say that this thing has is the keyboard is not backlit. If the keyboard was backlit, I wouldn't even be looking at, say, like the Planet Computer Cosmo communicator. I wouldn't be looking at the next iteration of this with a keyboard, with a lit keyboard. But it's not the end of the world. Hasn't impeded me in any way, shape, or form yet. But it is an amazingly capable computer, and it does everything I needed to do for this segment. And it complements my my big computer. So when I'm on the go and I just need to do something, I get a quick call, or say I'm in my truck, I don't want to bust out my 17-inch computer. Even though it's thin and light, I don't want to bust that out. I want to bust this out because I can take this, I can plug it in. Oh, crap, it's low. I can unplug my phone cable that's in my truck, and I can plug it into this and charge it. And I can run and go about my business and do my full job on this, albeit not as comfortably as on my workstation, but it does. It works. So it's it's a handy little computer. Yes, it's old, old for 2019, but it works. It still works. I don't understand people who need to have the latest and greatest. I got this thing as a Christmas present. Couldn't be happier. It has been a great compliment to my on-the-go setup. And honestly, I would not get rid of this. I'm not getting rid of it until it dies because it's just so dang awesome. But I'm not going to get rid of it until I can find something that can truly replace it. Because it's just such a usable form factor for me on the go with all my on-the-go computing. Now, as far as the screen goes, it lays mostly flat. This is the case that came with it. I use this. It's great. If you see in there, right there is what prevented this little nick right there from being worse. So the design, the feel, the functionality, the power in this pocket, in this size, it just has so many features. The only downfall, like I said, is keyboard's not backlit. And if you are using the keyboard, if you are using it like this, or you're just grabbing around like this to look, and you're content consuming, this vent can blow into your hand. It gets kind of warm. It doesn't get hot, it gets warm. If you go like this, it'll probably get hot. If you're covering it with your hand like this, it's probably going to get pretty hot. But I've never had any thermal issues, any throttle. Well, I don't know. I haven't really checked to see if it's throttled or not. But I've never had performance or heat issues with this thing. It's always booted up and done the job. And that's for a tool, for somebody who relies on computers for a living. That's all I can ask for. It boots up. It does the job. Now, the power brick is real simple. It's a USB-C to USB-C cable like this. Exactly this. This is it. And then it's just a, little block with the USB-C. It's kind of a pain. I wish that this was USB-C to a Type A so that I could plug it in more places and I could have another USB-C cable. But not a big deal. I can just use a regular USB-C cable for my phone that I have in my truck, or my phone cable or whatever, and they work perfectly fine. All in all, I would highly recommend, if you have the similar needs like on-the-go computing like I do. Sometimes you're in the car, you get that help desk call or help desk request, or you just, oh crud, I needed to check on my backups or do something really quick, but I just don't have the space or time for my full computer. This one can be in your pocket. It can literally fit in your pocket. I wear cargo pants and cargo shorts, so it makes it even easier. And just take it in here and you can slide it in and out, and it does the job. But anyways, this is the GPD Pocket, the original iteration. I wish I could have afforded the newer one, although I like this mouse better than the other one. I would like to have a backlit keyboard, but I can't complain. There's literally no real complaints about this. The keyboard, I can deal with that. I don't need to have it backlit. It would be nice for something that's not a touch type, because you're not going to touch type on this unless you use this as your main machine for a while. So that's the only real issue. And I really wouldn't even write that. I would write that off completely because it just makes up for it in every other way. So anyways, GPD Pocket, the original iteration, I believe is 2017 model. Check it out. Check out the other ones. I certainly will. But anyways, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.